Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with something new this month with the Goal Getter Girls, a creative milestone hop started by Tara O'Rourke, the paper snob, and Shannon Keith. And I am going to just document a layout, talk a little bit about how I got started in all of this lovely YouTube land, and kind of talk about goals for the future of my YouTube channel, kind of how everything started, and go from there. I'm going to document these pictures of me and my coworkers and me and my admin team, one of the first few days of school. And I'm going to use the main character energy by Chamel, which I thought was pretty appropriate. So I've got my paper, embellishments, lots of scraps in my pictures. So let's see how this goes. So I decided to start with black because I love these bright colors that Chamel creates and a lot of other creators as well. But I love that drastic contrast on the black paper. So I'm literally just going to take all these scraps and just start throwing them on a page. It's one of my favorite things to do when it comes to just creating a layout from, my wild and crazy brain. So that leads me to talking about where the inspiration for all of this came from. Not this is in the layout. This is in the Scrapping on the Fly YouTube channel. I started scrapbooking in the late 90s. I believe my first scrapbook, official, like creative memory scrapbook gift, was from my sister in 1996. She bought me a green 8x10 scrapbook and all the accoutrements and a paper trimmer and a picture trimmer and a corner cutter, all the things you buy when you go to a creative memories party, which is what she'd done. And I enjoyed documenting. I had already made like my own personal, like, fun one little, but nothing serious, not, anything major. So, many years later, I had a kid that kind of led to wanting to document more. I was married to somebody in the military. He was gone for a year and a half. I wanted to document our daughter growing up while he was gone, and I started scrapbooking even more often. And then, it was something continuous that I've done pretty much ever since, with gaps here and there, sometimes being, bigger gaps, smaller gaps. Of course, I had another kid, which also encouraged more scrapbooking. And then in 2020, I found, towards the end of 2020, I found the Scrapbooking the Day Away Facebook group. By accident popped up on my page as something I might like, and I fell in love with all the encouragement that the host, Anne Marie Bryant, had posted there. The encouragement, and she talked about setting goals for myself, things like that. So I love that. Started scrapbooking. On January 1st, I went to like a virtual hop, and I scrapbooked every day pretty much for years after that. Since then, I've taken a couple of days off here and there, a week when I went to the beach last year, little things like that. But other than that, I document layouts and scrapbook almost every single day. And it brings me so much mental peace, and it lets out my creative energies because I'm not creative in any other way, honestly. And then that year, I kind of talked about creating a YouTube channel, but I just couldn't, I wasn't sure. So my husband at the time, and my son encouraged me to do it, joking about getting enough subscribers to start making money and, buying us big house, ridiculousness. Like, honestly, at the time, I would have been shocked to have like, 50 subscribers. And so this was like early March, late February of 2021. And finally I decided in March that I thought for weeks about a title or a name for my YouTube channel. And I have ADHD. I don't sit still long, although when I get hyper focused, which I do, I can sit for hours and hours and hours, but I typically do not plan layouts. I typically do not even plan like collections, other than like I sit down, oh, well, here's some pictures. Let's just pull whatever looks good. Prior to 2021, I scrapbooked with paper pads, loose papers, and embellishments that I bought, like from Hobby Lobby and Michael's and stuff, like loosey-goosey things. Or old scrapbooking stores where I had, they have the stickers on the rolls. I still have some of that kind of stuff. So that's what I used to use up until 2021 when I bought my very first collection. It was Vicky Bouton's Color Study. I bought it at Joann's, and from that I started. It's because I was watching people on YouTube, especially people like Sandy, which is State Goddess, and like MK Gun, some assemblage required, people like that, who I absolutely adored the way they created, and they use collections, and I thought, gosh, that's such a pretty collection. And so I started looking into buying a handful. Now, I didn't have a ton when I first started. About a year later, I definitely started getting more into it, buying a lot of Vicky Bouton, buying a lot of different collections, a lot of American crafts at first, until I was lucky enough to meet people who had more of an expansive, from things that you get at Joann Fabrics. But I decided that because the way I scrapbook was completely random and not necessarily, I didn't use sketches or anything back then, except when Anne Marie from Scrapbooking the Day Away would put them out. And so I decided I would call it Scrapping on the Fly, because I just wing it. I typically will sit down, pull out a collection, which, like I said, is reasonably new in the considering that I've been scrapbooking since 1996, and I just started using collections in the last 4 years. I think that it's pretty impressive that in all of that. So I decided that that was the perfect title. My goal in the beginning was just to scrapbook and feel encouraged, whether that was because I had a handful of subscribers that actually were creatives who would watch and create with me, or create, or comment, things like that. I really was not anticipating having very many subscribers. I am not the best scrapbooker. I don't always do all the fancy things. When I first started, I wasn't using mixed media. I wasn't using collections. I was just creating these small little, pretty simplistic layouts. I didn't even tear paper back then, guys. Anne Marie talked me into tearing paper, which I thought would just break my heart. And I built all the things that I'd created. Like, I picked stickers to go with my collection, or with the papers and everything. So I didn't expect many people to want to watch my videos, because I didn't know how to edit. So my videos, I would like pre-build like the layout, and then kind of take it apart and put it together quickly, so that my layout videos could be like 15 minutes. And I was really trying to make them even shorter. And then I was introduced to iMovie. And then I found 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and decided mid through September, it was in September, it was the year that they combined 30 Days of Sketches with Scrap Timber, which they don't normally do. One's in September and one is in October. But that year there had been something had happened, and they combined them, and I decided I would start doing videos that month, like seriously more often. And I fell in love and have been doing it ever since. So when I hit 1,000 subscribers in late April of 2023, my mom was my 1,000th subscriber because she wanted to be. And there's a whole funny story with that. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. And at this point, I'm getting closer to 1,500, and it just blows me away, because I would have, like I said, never in a million years thought that would happen. So I am so grateful to all the people who have already subscribed, the people who watch, thumbs up, comment. I reply to all of the comments, and I just appreciate it. And it's just like scrapbooking with a friend. And so sometimes I do that too, and we'll be on FaceTime scrapbooking with people, or I mean FaceTime. So, but anyway, I just appreciate you. I hope you all will follow along with this fun hop and see all of the people who are setting goals and maybe help them out. So I hope you go check everybody else out. There will be a list below. I'm posting late, so sorry. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.